Hi everybody, welcome in. If you're new, welcome back. If you've been here before, I am Lisa and this is North Star Energy Healing, and I'm going to try something a little different. My guides were feeling kind of playful today and they said, why don't you do one of those pick a pile or pick a card or pick a stone readings? I'm like, well, I tried that before, but nobody seemed interested. And they said, just try it again. So that's what I'm going to do. Today is Friday, April 19th. And we are a few days away from that full moon on the 23rd. But anyhow, so what we're going to do today is I have two different piles. These, I spent quite a bit of time with my guides meditating on it and picking cards from a lot of different decks, which are underneath the top card. So the first pile is from the Saints and Mystics deck. This has Selenite. So whatever you're drawn to from, if you're drawn to that, the Selenite or that deck, that's pile 1 or reading 1. And then reading 2 is Rose Quartz, and that is from the Jody Bergsma Magical Times Empowerment deck. And underneath each of these are the cards from each of the decks that my guides led me to use for this fun, hopefully, and informative, hopefully, and guiding, hopefully, reading for all of you. I hope you enjoy it. Please be sure and let me know in the comments, okay? So if you are drawn to the Saints and Mystics with the Selenite, then that will be the first reading up. And if you are drawn to the Magical Times deck with the Rose Quartz, that will be the second reading up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera for a moment while I move the second pile off, and then we will begin with the first one. Use your intuition. What is your gut telling you? Which one of these readings will have a message for you? Okay, I will be right back. Okay, we will get started. For those of you who chose the Saints and Mystics deck with the Selenite, we will do that first. Now, I also want to say that I don't know any of the cards that are in here. So we're gonna find out together, okay? All right, so Saints and Mystics, you got St. Paul, Sacred Visions. St. Paul, Sacred Visions. All right, so that's kind of the overview of this message. St. Paul, Sacred Visions. We will get all the cards out, and if I'm drawn or led to go to the book, I will. The next card is from my Woodlands deck, my little mini Woodlands deck. It's got a little fawn sleeping, and that message is reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Reconnect, reconnect. Okay. And then I got a card from my Divine Doors deck. This is the door that came up for you. And this is Anthony's Call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. Well, that seems to go right along with that, right? Reconnecting and finding things. Could be finding your inner guidance. It could be finding your soul's purpose. It could be finding your lost keys. It could be anything. And then there are two cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle, Chain. Chain of events that will affect your life. A chain of events will affect your life. And bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. A bird perched, waiting for news, a package, or a letter. Some of you may be waiting for a message or a package or a letter. And then this is from the Starry Beginnings Oracle by Cassie White. So that message is, it is safe to let go. You are surrounded by love. You are surrounded by love. And your animal oracle is the cat, independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Okay, so this is really interesting for you that picked pile 1. So St. Paul, let's go and see St. Paul. That is number 14, which is 5, which is change. That's a 14. The other number you got was 41. Isn't that interesting? 14, and 41. 1441. Interesting. They both add up to a 5, which is change. All right. St. Paul. Sacred visions. Sacred visions. Patron saint of writers and spiritual searchers. Feast day is January 25th. Before he was St. Paul, he was known as Saul of Tarsus, a Roman citizen and Jew during the 4th and 5th century after Jesus' crucifixion. He led his life criticizing Christian beliefs, thinking them foolish and naive, and persecuting followers as often as possible. One day, while walking along the road from Jerusalem, Saul experienced a blinding vision of a man before him who he instinctively knew as the resurrected Jesus, who asked, "Saul, why do you persecute me?" As the vision ended, Saul fell to the ground, his eyes plunged into darkness and his sight gone. He wandered in shock and complete despair for a time before encountering the Christian mystic Ananias, who took Saul's head into his hands and miraculously restored his sight. From then, Saul undertook the name of Paul and vowed never to return to his old way of thinking. While early recorded accounts of his life are contradictory, St. Paul is one of the earliest Christian saints in history, with multiple parts of the New Testament attributed to him. So this is sacred visions. What is the lesson in this card, or the message in this card? Things are not always what they seem. If we are too quick to criticize others or even ourselves, our soul gets lost, right? Our soul gets lost and we need to reconnect, right? We need to find it. Oh my gosh, Spirit, thank you for pulling this message together. So there are 3 different oracle messages for this card, and I will read them all because this is kind of a shorter, quicker reading. Emotionally, St. Paul represents the various aspects of ourselves within our psyche and emotional being, such as spiritual seeker, in search for answers to the unknown, and the wounded ego, unleashed when triggered by situations, circumstances, and people seemingly separate from us. Yeah, we're all one. We're all connected. So when we persecute others, we're only persecuting ourselves. Well, not only, but we are persecuting ourselves. Spiritually, St. Paul initiates spiritual awakenings and psychic experiences. He sends messages through vivid dreams, synchronistic conversations, psychic visions, and spontaneous spiritual claircognizance. He urges the importance of incorporating the spiritual into daily life through meditation, shamanic healing, and prayer. Consciously, St. Paul reminds us that we are all mirrors to one another, and what disturbs us emotionally about another is a reflection of a part of ourselves in need of healing and release, no matter how surprising. The invocation of St. Paul is, "Author of soul and writer of life, break down the walls that block my sight. Saint Holy Paul, I pray to you. My destiny is clear. My heart beats true." Wow. So we have St. Paul, which is kind of reconnecting and connecting with your own gut intuition. And we had reconnect, basically get out into nature, right? Leave the digital behind and reconnect in to your own gut instincts. There go my Ring camera bells. It could be somebody coming in, but usually that happens when there's a message that we need to know, right? And beeping. Oh yes, it's my wood delivery. Anthony's call. Funny, it's coming right now though. Anthony's call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost can be found. You can find your soul guidance once again. If you have felt lost on this journey or on this path, you can find your way back by tuning in, right? And then your next card was chain of events that will affect your life. Any chain of events can affect our lives. And there was no noise while I was setting up these cards. So this is very perplexing to me that this is all happening right when I turned the camera on, basically, and started recording. So chain of events that will affect your life. So be on the lookout. Keep your gut instinct going. Keep your awareness out for what that chain of events is. Something could be happening. And this says that you are waiting for some sort of news. You're waiting for news, a package, or a letter. And nowadays, it could be an email. It could be a text message. You're waiting for something to come through for you. And then 41, it is safe to let go. You are surrounded by love. It is safe to let go and be yourself and tune in because you are surrounded by love. Just look at that. It looks a lot like the selenite that was on the stack, right? So it is safe to let go. And then you have cat, independent. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. I hope so. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Right. It's safe to let go. You don't have to go with the crowd because life and the universe and your guides have your back and they will lead you. But tuning into your own intuition is super, super important. All right. They're guiding me to also get a couple of tarot cards. So this is fun. Awesome. Great. Okay. Pile 1. Deck 1. Selenite. Saints and Mystics. My guides are telling me to pull a couple of tarot for you as well. That's awesome. That's amazing. Amazing. I feel like really this is all about connecting into your gut and your soul and your purpose. I really feel like for whoever needed this reading, my guides are giving me that. Just because you've strayed off the path or haven't been tuned in, that doesn't mean that you can't get back to it, right? Meditate, listen, observe, feel. Feelings are a big part of this. Your feelings, how you feel about people and situations, chains of events, messages and things is a big part of your growth, right? Your soul growth. Yeah. All right. Spirit, they're telling me it's going to be one more card. I'm just in awe that it's 1441. I don't know if that means anything to any of you because those were the only numbers on any of the cards that came out in that first part of the reading. 1441. So interesting there. Okay, Spirit. I know that I feel like there is another card for this first reading here for these people watching, for these nice people, whoever it is that's watching. What's the other card that you would like for them, please? What's the other card that you would like for this group? Group 1, Selenite. What is the card? Okay. 2 Kings. All right. Okay, so the first card out is, just put these up here so you can see everything. The first card out is the King of Swords. Oh my gosh. King of Swords. King of Air. The second card out, the World. Third card out, King of Cups. My. This is really interesting. Then, of course. So, King of Swords. This is all about truth. This is communication, which is kind of what you had here. Either communicating with your gut, with your own self, or some sort of chain of events and communication coming from somebody, right? So King of Swords, he can be very kind of steely, kind of cold, kind of matter of fact. And then you have the World. Well, let me show you this first. So King of Swords, he's sitting there, he's ready to go. Communication is what he is a leader of. This can sometimes be attorneys or accountants or people that deal with words a lot. And then you got the World. The World. Wow, this is everything. This is pure happiness. This is everything, all your wishes, dreams, and hopes fulfilled. Fantastic. I love when I see that card. And then the last king you got was the King of Cups. This is the king of emotion, right? This is the king of emotions. It can be water signs, air signs, water signs, okay? King of Cups, though, tends to be, he's looking for some excitement in his romantic life, right? So where this king is kind of more cold and kind of matter-of-fact and business-like, this king is more romantic and softer and, he likes things like romantic surprise dinners and things like that, or he likes to plan those, right? So, all right. Well, this was very, very interesting. So I don't know, Spirit is giving me that some of you have two very different male energies in your lives. You could be one of these and maybe your counterpart is the other. But I'm really hearing that you guys need to reconnect back into each other. Whoever this is, it could be a family member. It could be a spouse. It could be anyone. But Spirit is giving me this reconnect message about these masculine energies. And then this is how you will feel, right? So for the first, pick a card, the first reading, the Selenite reading, this is all fantastic. This really listening into your gut, looking out for those visions, meditating, reconnecting, okay, looking for a message, and then figuring out, use your gut intuition, who are these kings for you? Is one of these kings you? Is one of these kings your partner, right? And also remember, you don't have to go with the flow. You don't have to go with the crowd. That was the message from the cat and from it is safe to let go, okay? Make your own path. Make your own life. Walk your own true path, okay? All right. Well, I hope this has helped. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments how this resonated. Did any of this resonate with you and how so? I'm very interested in your comments. Thank you so much. Peace and kindness every day. I love you all. Okay, for those of you who chose the Rose Quartz stack of cards with the Jody Bergsma Empowerment deck at the top, here is your message. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is fun. This is actually fun for me, not seeing anything and just letting it unfold how it unfolds. All right. Strength. The polar bear. Strength. You have courage. You can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. Wow. Awesome. Strength. Okay. From the Woodlands deck, you see there's a little fawn sleeping there and a squirrel. And I love this deck. It's a really cute little deck. Cleanse. Wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. So cleanse. Yeah. Many times we forget to cleanse our own aura, our own souls, and we forget to just cleanse our bodies, bringing that white light down through it and just cleansing it out, cleansing the negative energy out. So very important to keep your strength, you need to cleanse, right? And then from the Divine Doors deck, this is the door that you received as I was shuffling. Heart healing. Mourning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Healing heart. Awesome. Okay. So some of you may be healing from something. It could be many things. It doesn't have to be a death. It could be a death. It could be a divorce. It could be a rift in a friendship or with a family member. There's many, many things that, that could represent. So for those of you that need heart healing, call on polar bear strength and remember to cleanse. And then we have 2 cards from the tea leaf. And I will say this again, I think I said at the beginning, but what I did was I concentrated on this card when it was upside down in the rose quartz, and I asked my guides to choose the cards that they wanted for that reading. That's how this came about. So from the tea leaf, dark woman. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or dark hair. So some of you, this could be you. Maybe you're dealing with your own stuff right now. And so that could be a message about you. Maybe you are the dark woman. And then vulture. Depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Oh, I don't like it when these types of cards come out, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. Challenging situations are what helps us grow, right? So vulture. Okay. Dark woman and vulture. The next card that you got is from the Starry Beginnings Oracle by Cassie White. Oh my goodness. Time to move on. Flow with the river and see where it takes you. This is a 42, which is a 6, which is harmony. It can be nostalgia, but time to move on. So for those of you who chose the Rose Quartz, the Love Stone, and the Empowerment card as your first card, you have time to move on. Flow with the river and see where it takes you. This doesn't mean moving on from love necessarily. This could be moving on from a situation, right? It could be moving out of your depression or anxiety or worry, right? Time to leave that behind. Call on Polar Bear with your strength. Cleanse yourself. Get rid of that negative energy. I can't believe how Spirit can pull together a reading like this from all these different decks, right? Heart healing. Time to move on. And your animal card is the raccoon, inventor. Decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. Avoid being the trickster and practice integrity. You have many roles and can juggle them well. Raccoon, inventor. We are the inventor and the creator of our own lives. We certainly are. Yes, we are. All right, they're prompting me to get you a card now from the Healing Waters Oracle. Wow, okay, great. The last reading, they had me pull some tarot, but they are leading me towards this Healing Waters deck. Maybe for those of you who chose this pile, this is what you need. Well, not maybe, because Spirit is never wrong. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It took me actually a long time to pull the cards that went with each of those readings, the Selenite and the Rose Quartz. And I guess it's just, maybe it's more difficult because it's a more widespread thing. It's not for a certain sign. It's for anybody that could be tuning in. And I was actually very surprised as I was doing it that it took so long to get the cards for each of those stacks, each of those readings. Okay. For those that pick the Rose Quartz, what card or cards do they need from this Healing Waters deck, please? What card or cards do they need from this Healing Waters deck, please? Yeah, I'm just tuning in and I'm feeling like some of you have had some sort of a, they're saying small setback. Small setback. I don't know what that is, but I can tell you that for me, I cannot go to sleep if I've had any type of argument or disagreement. I cannot, I want everybody to be happy all the time. I want everybody to be happy and loving and kind. And, you know, I mean, I don't achieve that 100% of the time. Trust me on that. But if I go to bed and I know that I've had a disagreement with somebody or I just feel bad about something I said, I have a really hard time falling asleep. So I can definitely understand that healing heart message and that cleansing. You know, the way that I cleanse is with my gratitude journal. I remember something I'm thankful for, something I'm grateful for, and something I feel lucky about. That's, you know, that's how I do it before I go to bed. Okay, let's look at these together. We'll look at them in the order that they came out. The rainbow, sweet relief, new beginnings, and a new way forward. That's great because you got time to move on, flow with the river and see where it takes you. And now you have the rainbow, which is another, you know, a new beginning. Water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Yes, it certainly is. The intelligence is within you. That's why we have to cleanse our aura, our chakras, and get rid of negative energy. You have the ancient wisdom within you. We all do. We all do. And then the last card is the wishing well. Unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels. The wishing well. Unexpected gifts, kindness, and karmic jewels. Amazing. So the unexpected gift could be that you open up more to your intuition, that you call on polar bear strength. It could be this dark-haired woman right? It could be that you're finally able to heal your heart and move on, right? Get a new start with that rainbow card. Amazing. They want me to read this again. Strength. You have courage. You can endure. Find your center and spiral into your power. As well as raccoon, which is finding out what you really want. What do you really want? Okay? We can't live our lives for other people or do things that other people want us to do if it is not aligned with our own purpose and our own happiness and our own comfort, right? So sometimes that's maybe what we need to heal from, is someone else judging us. Believe you me, I know this all too well. I know this all too well. I have had it happen to me where I'm being judged for what I do here, these things that I believe in, and it is not fun. It is just not a fun situation to be in. So I understand, and my heart and love goes out to you, okay, if this is you. But remember, we all have to face challenges and we can get through them, okay? So heal your heart from this depression, anxiety, or worry, right? Cleanse yourself, okay? Move on, follow the river. Get a new start. Call on your intuition. Okay. I truly hope that this message has helped for those of you who chose the rose quartz. This has been really fun for me to do this just as an ad hoc thing that my guides led me to do. Please, please, please let me know in the comments what part of this resonated for you. Did this message resonate? And I would love to know that. Okay. Remember, peace and kindness every single day. I do love you all.